Welcome, everyone. Today, we're going to break down one of the toughest parts of any civil service exam, analyzing and evaluating information. We're going to show you how to turn what feels like this big, scary test of intelligence into something way more manageable, a test of pure discipline. So, what's the number one thing that trips people up on these exams? You might be surprised. It's not about not knowing enough stuff. It's actually about a lack of a very specific kind of mental discipline. And you know what? That is exactly what the exam writers are testing for.
All right, let's dive right in. Here's our game plan. We'll kick things off by really defining the analytical challenge. Then I'm going to give you one golden rule to beat it. After that, we'll build out your toolkit with 3 core pillars. I'll show you how to spot the exam's dirtiest tricks, and we'll wrap it all up with a winning strategy for exam day.
Okay, first things first, let's reframe this whole thing. This test isn't about what you already know from your job or your life. Not at all. It's about how you think when you're under pressure, using only, and I mean only, the facts you are given.
So here's the crucial point, and you gotta get this. These questions are designed with trap answers. They are literally built to catch you using your intuition, your common sense, or your outside experience instead of just sticking to the pure, cold analysis of what's right there in front of you. But there is a secret weapon. I'm telling you, it's a single rule that if you follow it every single time, without exception, will help you dismantle every single trap they throw your way. And this is it, right here, the 4 corners rule. It is so simple, but so powerful. If it is not on the page, inside the 4 corners of that text, it does not exist, period. Your personal experience, what you think should be true, it's all off limits. This image just nails the concept perfectly. You have to treat every single question like its own closed universe. The text and the data they give you, that's everything inside this little world. Everything else, your assumptions, your expertise, what happened at your last job, all of that has to stay outside the walls. Now, check this out, because this is where the rubber meets the road. This slide shows the huge difference between a valid inference, which is just a tiny logical step, and an invalid assumption, which is a giant unsupported leap. Look, the fact is the budget was exceeded. The valid inference? It missed its target. That's a direct conclusion. But saying the manager was negligent? Whoa, that's a huge leap. We have zero evidence for that. See the difference? So, with that 4 corners rule as our foundation, let's start building out your complete analytical toolkit. You'll see that this whole part of the exam is really based on mastering 3 core pillars. This little graphic here lays out the entire framework for you. Every single question they throw at you will test one of these 3 things: text, data, or logic. The real key to success is being able to instantly recognize which pillar a question is testing so you can snap into the right mindset.
Okay, for text questions, your goal is simple. Compliance. You are not there to judge the rule. You're not there to find a better way to do things. Your one and only job is to apply the rule exactly as it is written. That's it.
Now, with data questions, your goal shifts. It becomes all about absolute accuracy. This is where you have to put your gut feelings away, pull out your calculator, and just trust the numbers. No rounding, no guesstimating, just precise, careful calculation.
And finally, we have logic questions. Here, your goal is pure objectivity. You have to evaluate arguments and find the most defensible conclusion based only on the evidence they give you, not the one that feels right or the one that seems most likely in the real world. So you've got your toolkit. Now it's time to learn the other side's playbook. Let's pull back the curtain and expose the most common traps the exam is going to set for you.
You need to burn these 3 into your brain: the assumption trap, the estimation trap, and the irrelevance trap. I'm telling you, these 3 are responsible for the vast majority of wrong answers because they are designed to prey on our brain's natural desire to take shortcuts. Whoa, look at this. This is a perfect example of a data trap. It's called the truncated axis. The chart on the left, it makes that growth look huge, doesn't it? But look closer. The axis starts at 10%, not 0. The actual change, when you see it on a proper scale on the right, is actually pretty tiny. They are trying to trick your eyes into making a snap judgment.
Okay, so you know the rule, you've got the pillars, and you can spot the traps. So how do you put all this together into a real strategy when that clock is ticking down?
You use the triage pacing strategy. Seriously, this is a game changer. Do not answer the questions in order. Go through the test and knock out all the now questions first.
Those are your fast, easy points from simple text and rule applications. Then circle back for the later data problems, and you save those really complex, time-consuming last questions for the very end. This is all about maximizing your score.
All right, let's walk through a typical data question so you can see this disciplined process in action. So, the ratio of full-time to part-time is 5 to 2. We know there are 35 full-timers, and the question asks for the total number of employees. That word total is everything.
Okay, step 1, always find your multiplier. You connect the number you know, the 35 full-time staff, to its piece of the ratio, which is 5. So you're going to divide 35 by 5.
And that gives you a multiplier of 7. Awesome. Now we can use that to find the unknown piece. The part-time ratio is 2, so you just multiply that by our multiplier, 7. And you find out there are 14 part-time employees.
And right there, that's the trap. I can almost guarantee you the number 14 will be one of the multiple choice answers. They are betting you'll stop right there. But remember, the question didn't ask for the part-timers. It asked for the whole team. So the final, most crucial step is to always go back to the question. You add the parts together. 35 full-timers plus the 14 part-timers you just found gives you the correct total of 49. See? A disciplined process beats the trap every single time. And really, this is what it all comes down to. This is the mindset you need. The correct answer isn't the one that feels right or seems the smartest. It's the one that you can 100% defend using only the facts on the page. You know, by mastering this objective, evidence-based mindset, you're not just getting ready for an exam. You're actually demonstrating that you've got the capacity for the kind of clear thinking and accountability that these jobs demand every single day.